Welcome everybody to the Crypto Kingdom. Guys, this is London. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin tonight. We're going to be going through the details. A lot of information to cover. And let's dig on into the charts. Want to welcome all the VIP. Want to welcome Angel. Want to welcome just everybody. If you're trading, I don't know if you're learning to trade or you're already a trader. We are excited to have you here for a live stream. Let's dig into the details. Now, we had a big pour down. I covered that in a few short videos. I want to make sure you guys saw the original video. Really dead on with me just saying, and a warning. Okay, just definitely a warning in terms of that pour down function. We can return to that just a bit. I'll let everybody get into the room here just for a second. You guys shout out in the chats. Let me know, guys. Let me see. I got about 2 or 3 things I'm trying to juggle here real quickly. We're going to talk about the current price at $38,949. Let me dig in. Let me get, I need to send out a few notifications. We're going to send one out to Angel. We're going to send one out to the VIP in the back. And there's Jeffrey Porter. Jeffrey in the house. What's going on, Jeffrey? How are you, brother? Hope everything is good, huh? We just nailed this specific line of resistance. And in the context that we had it, it definitely could have been this just a lateral, kind of a lateral or I'd say a horizontal, let's say a horizontal level of resistance from that 43 to 45. That range has been real tough. I've thought about putting maybe some volume, some different indicators on today so that we can essentially go through that. Let me put a few invitations out where they need to go in the background, then we'll get involved with the price action. Let me get into the VIP room in the back. Let me make sure that they know that we are streaming. 2 seconds. And guys, as you always know, this is London, Crypto Kingdom, Bitcoin Spike. This is not financial advice. You know that. Former financial professional, but not financial advice. The price action has just been really, guys, it's just been uninterrupted. You really have to go to a lower time frame. That's on the hourly. Really, essentially uninterrupted since that pour down phase across the top. The let's see, in the 30 minutes starts to provide a little bit of price action. Just the bulls who tried to step in early were just hammered. Jeffrey, you're in the mix early. Jeffrey is a member of Basecamp. That is our that's our introductory level of membership. Jeffrey, let us know how things are going. We'd like to know, are you trading? I'm going to go ahead and ask you, are you trading? Jeffrey, there we go. Sorry for the technical kind of setup here and there. Working on getting all the technicals together. So that is up and running. Jeffrey, let us know, are you trading? I want to know that. Are you, what if so? Were you long? Were you short? Are you long or short now? Do you have a position? Are you compounding into it? We would look at the essentially, let's just take a look at the Fibonacci's and put those up for review. Now, it looks like we stopped just about just barely shy of that golden pocket. If we were to look at the specific, the specific level on the hourly, that's the 30-minute. Let's go to the hourly real quick and line this out. Let's see how close we are to that specific golden pocket. Just real close, aren't we, guys? Definitely hit down, just right on into it. If we go to the candle wicks, let's make this to the candle wicks. Let's bridge this straight to the candle wicks from the low, preceding low, 34,000. Let's see here, 34,577 up to this high of 45,468. Yeah, it looks like we just nailed right into, and that is our current stopping point, to the golden pocket. That golden pocket is represented by that 38,271 to that, that's the 65th percentile, to that 38,625. Just remember that the golden pocket is that, essentially, is that golden ratio, they call that. 61% to the 65th percentile of the entirety of this move has been retraced. That's why we call them retracements. Okay, it's been given back in the price action. So in accomplishing that, and I'll say accomplishing because I know some guys who did short. Congratulations if you shorted and you traded. That's nice to hear. If we can play a part in any successful trade, we're always happy to. And it just takes a lot of quality TA essentially to accomplish that. So congrats to anybody who did short. As we were talking about, this specific kind of ideal feature here would have been, I'd say, a framework for us to work up into maybe this 1, 2, 3, 4 5 would have been really, really ideal. At least, let me get into the, we can go through the Elliott wave tool at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would have been something along the lines that would have gotten us up and out of the, essentially the structure of the ascending triangle that we were really looking at, needing to get up and out of at some point, not necessarily an immediate rush or need to get up and out of this feature. Let's just look at this when you to explain that further. Looking at the specific ascending triangle, this is just a key bullish feature that's currently ongoing. The drop has nothing to do with how bullish this is, just so that you know. All right, we have this ascending line of support. We have a flat top of resistance. Right, that flat top is just essential. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would have gotten us up and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would have gotten us up and out of that, at least breakthrough moment. Up and above that line of resistance would have been a key move. However, just to let me read what Jeffrey's got going on here. 2 seconds. Let me see what you got, Jeffrey. Let me back off the and let's just review. Down 0.67% after the restart of the day, 38,800. Let me see what. And there's Pathfinder in the house. Yo. You didn't really miss anything. A few technical glitches while I'm setting up, and Jeffrey and I are chatting. Jeffrey, base camper, he's saying no trades, only holding. For tax reasons, it has to be a big, huge win for me to sell. Oh, I got you. I see. It has to be a big, huge win for you to sell. Well, you have to get, Jeffrey, I'm glad Pathfinder just got in here because I have to tell you, in terms of holding, let's see, Jeffrey's saying, I'm still working on getting a trading computer good. Then maybe I will not worry about taxes because when I do start trading, it will be great. Well, interesting, very interesting. Let me go ahead and clean up some of this specific line. We can kind of address some of that. That's an interesting statement, but I really believe that crypto can, depending upon how you approach it, and it's contrary to what most people believe, but even I'd say like CZ of Binance, etc. And it's just my own opinion on the matter. You guys can take it for what it is worth. Let me chalk these lines up a little bit differently than the way I have them. They're crucial lines. I want to make sure that they're on the map here. We're going to lay out some targets. Just I already have, and I just want to make sure that they're on the board. Yeah, Jeffrey's saying that he has to hold. He's holding, and that's just when we look at crypto. When I look at crypto, and I'm zoomed out here for a reason. Let me go ahead and lock these targets in place for a bit. Just a little bit of chart work. I appreciate you guys letting me do just a touch of it. Not so much time prepping for the stream. Just get on into the stream, and then we will do it. As we would look at the specific notion of holding. Part of the notion of holding is going to be that you're comfortable with spending, let's just look at this, that you're comfortable spending 427 days sideways. All right, so that's an important notion as you look at it and you're trying to beat the market. The idea is to beat the market. So 400, let's say over a year, working on a year and a half would change the scenario, getting up into this level. But prior there too, there was a long period wherein Bitcoin was sideways. And Pathfinder shouting out to Jeffrey Porter. Nice. What's going on? Good to see that you guys are chatting in the back. Pathfinder's a great, I'd say, I don't know. He's really good at trading, guys. He's good at hitting his targets. It's nice to see him back in the mix. He got started up last night. Again, nice to see that in terms of Pathfinder. Welcome back. We always get excited when we have new or returning VIPs. Very important. We know sometimes you guys, let's see, you're doing taxes, you're doing good. Thanks. Oh, okay. I thought you said you were doing taxes. I was like, don't do taxes now. This is definitely not the place to do taxes, guys. So as we would look at this, part of the risk in crypto is that, well, you could say you could trade and it wouldn't go well. You could also hold and it could just do flat. Now, flat to me is flat to you is zero return. We don't want flat. We like to approach things, you guys know, if you're willing to approach them with a system just to compound down, a heavier approach towards the lower levels of your Fibonacci, it's going to be really difficult for you not to make money. Now, most people want to make more money. I'll say that. So they will decide to involve more of their capital, let's say up at the top level. And the problem is they'll have to carry that down. It's very uncomfortable, right? So, the system that's in place, if you do compound down at lower levels, etc., you'll find that, you're going to make some money. Statistically, within the realm, I'll say this, within the calculative fact in the mere existence of a range. Okay, this is a range right here that I've identified on the bottom. Within the mere expression of a range, at whichever level you decide to put this at. If we decide to raise this here, if we decide to have it larger like this, within these calculatives, within the expression of a, let's say, the cyclical range that's identified, and those are both, those work in tandem, you're going to find that if you're able to capture the low and the highs and the low and the highs, now maybe not with all of your cash, but to the extent that you're able to capture those lows and highs, then you're going to start making a profit, all right? So that's the idea. Instead of 400 days potentially being either down or being sideways in your account. It's the individuals that don't want to, and maybe your exposure right now is limited for some other reasons. So maybe that's you'll be more comfortable with these issues as you further develop your TA. So we're going to dig into, what would you guys like to dig into today? Let me see if I can let me get this on the corner edge here, and let me find out. I was looking for maybe some divergence. Let's see what we got. Let's see, visible range. I could go, let's see what I wanted to get into. Fractal, poor man's volume profile. Let's get into poor man volume profile and fractal range. Let me see if I can get into a few of those and see let's see where this leads us. Yeah, I wanted to see just the poor man's volume profile, essentially, is what this is providing us right here. I wanted to go through some on-screen visuals that we could take a look at and determining kind of where we're at. It makes sense that that was on my mind. You'll see that I'm not real big on using like volume profile on screen. The reason for that is, a lot of times it'll be replicated through the entirety of the other technicals, i.e. we're currently at the golden pocket. You know that we just went through the golden pocket, and you'll see that we're at kind of the maximum expression of the specific, let's say, the maximized volume within this range. We have two maximized volumes in and around the, let's say, the 43,680 down to the, let's say, the other key focal, the 38,469. So there are kind of two approaches. We could focus on things like the volume all the time. We could have a lot, additional indicators throughout the entirety of our approach, or we could focus on the residual technicals. So to the extent that we focus on the residual technicals, that is kind of what we are doing here. I just shout out to the VIP, shout out, and to the base camp, welcome to the stream. And I wanted to just put that in the chats for you guys. I appreciate you guys. And it's so exciting when Pathfinder, great charts in the back. I'm going to let you guys know in the back, Pathfinder is just rocking it. I got to feature you. Boom. He's a Doge fan. I can't hate him at all. A lot of people did extremely well with Dogecoin. So also with Sheeb. So to the extent that we got Sheeb or Doge remnants around that are now trading Bitcoin or whatnot, a lot of those Sheeb and Doge participants can afford a lot of Bitcoin now. So to the extent that they started in Bitcoin and got bored, maybe they went to Doge and Sheeb. I don't know. I'm not gonna judge anybody on that. We try and have fun all the way around the horn, no matter what you're involved in terms of your specific let's see, choice. Let me read this here. I should move to an exchange and out of my wallet. Oh yes, poor man, that's me. And no, it's poor man's volume is just an indicator. No, it's not you at all, Jeffrey. Poor man's volume is the name of the indicator, not you at all. No, not on the poor man. No. If you double click on this, it's going to be poor man's volume. It's not. No, not you at all. I would never say anything like that, brother. Just so you know, it's poor man's volume profile. Here we go. No, look on your indicator metrics and strategies on your indicators. Add in poor man's volume profile. Has nothing to do with the discussion. In fact, some people who have held throughout the years have done very well. I wouldn't even make the assumption that you were. I would never say that. Just so you know, okay, brother. I would never say that. That's not the idea. I'm not interested in how many zeros are in your account. I'm interested in how many you want to put into your account. That's the idea around here. Okay, just 100%. Just know that's the specific indicator that will give you the on-screen profile in terms of that volume. So when I discuss that, that's never a reference to anybody individual or otherwise. That is the expression of the volume that you're seeing on the screen right now in terms of where we're coming into contact. Kind of the key, you'll see the maximized volume. There's more volume at this specific level herein than at any other price. Again, at the top, kind of this additional orange bar. There's more volume at this level. Okay, there's more in terms of trading volume at this specific level, more in terms of trading volume, that orange bar at this specific level, than at any of these other levels. Okay, it identifies those key features for you. Just thought I would breach those just slightly. You guys are probably aware of them, maybe not with too much specificity. So make sure that you, just make sure you understand the technical indicator is the key, Jeffrey. There we go. And, of course, now my phone wants to spell your name incorrectly. It's just one of those days. It's going to be like that. Let me put Jeffrey. So Jeffrey's a good example of Basecamp. So excited to see that, I don't know, some members of the general subscribers, etc., even nailed a big short on this specific just reversal at this point. We'll call it went from a warning to a reversal. 12.92% thus far. I'm not sure that they've exited their shorts, but that's a nice move, nice direct move. Didn't make them sweat too much, I'd say that. So let's take a look in the chats. You guys shout out in the chats. Make sure that you hit the like button as well. I'd appreciate that. This is London. We're going through the technicals tonight after giving you a great warning in terms of the price action here. Let's dig in 1 second. All right. Now what Pathfinder is saying, let's see, Binance today cut a lot of people from trading with the new authentication they did. Let's see, I did not see the screen. What was that, Pathfinder? Please let us know. And we'll get the update from Pathfinder here in the comments in terms of Binance authentication. Pretty interesting. So Pathfinder keeping us on the forefront with Binance. Very interesting. I'm sure that there's going to be more of that going on as we look towards what the regulation will mean, etc. Binance regulation. So nice to have Pathfinder back in the mix. Let's see. Binance, we want to do KYC. Is it additional KYC? Let's see what we have. Binance KYC. What do we have? A lot of stuff. Let's see what Pathfinder will find for us. Please let us know in the chat, and we'll update everybody once we get that information from you. Let's see, Pathfinder, what type of authentication do you need now? Yeah, let's go through that. I look forward to hearing you guys discuss that in the chats. And one thing we've done, we'll discuss on the 4 hourly real quickly. Yes, the key feature here is going to be, and if you carry over from the daily, going to be two kind of key areas for you guys to look at. Just while you guys chat about that in the comments, we'll discuss the need to maintain. This is a bright, I'd say a bright shining line, like something we need a really clearly identified line. Let me put this on here. You guys know how I work with the lines, etc., just to reinforce kind of what's going on with the price action. We need this. I'm going to just put this green. Okay, this is just going to be solidly green. We need to reinforce this specific ascending line of support. It has got to be done in the market. Okay, it's going to be crucial that buyers continues to step in, whether or not we're on the daily. Okay, this is on the daily chart. We're actually close on the daily to that pickup line, as you guys would see that necessity for us to pick up from that 35,000. Right at the $35,000 pivot there to the 36.9, just about that $37,000 range. We need buyers to step into this zone. As you would go down into the lower time frames, you're going to see that there's definitely going to be some price action that falls out of this specified single line of support on the lower time frames. Lower time frames will always have more price action. Okay, they'll always have more noise, if you would say that, or more deviation. There's going to be more expressed. It's going to be less consolidated. Okay, I want to shout out to Angel, the top VIP. Angel, brother, hope you're doing well and feeling great. Appreciate the video today. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. And yeah, we want to know how your trades are going. Important for a VIP. We got to keep you on your A game. I know that's not difficult because it's already happening, but we're excited to play a part of it. We know there's a reason that you hang out here in terms of the technicals. I know that you saw the warning, etc. We'd like to know what your opinion is on the market right now. It's important for the market for us to hear what that is. So when we talk about this level of support, the pickup, bam, guys, on the daily, again, you're going to have a different line of support, different level of a pickup throughout the guys. If you don't know Angel, if you're new to the channel, Angel is invested in Bitcoin since $7.79. He's kind of the crypto king, one of the top traders, if not the top trader in crypto. He is a VIP and just top shelf in terms of looking at him at the top. We're all excited to be able to look up to him on this channel. Literally. So we appreciate also Super Chat King, $1,000 Super Chat King. I think they cut him off last month. I think he's free at the helm now, but they cut him off last month. Crazy, huh? So as we would look at this specific $58,000 plus in terms of his overall impact, it's nice to see him contributing and continuing to be involved in the space of crypto. It's nice. Says a lot about you and Angel and the space overall that you continue to do that. So let's see what I want to read in the comment section real quickly here. Let's see. Waiting for the mail to come. Hey, you just got John J. Murphy's book. Very, very nice. Very good, huh? That is awesome. Congratulations, Jeffrey Porter. That is incredible news. And I'm just going to put incredible news for Jeffrey in the comments because he just got his book. If you guys don't know the John J. Murphy book, man, you got to get that book. You have got to get the book. It's just crucial. That's New York Institute of Finance, okay? It's that way. It's not my opinion, not your opinion. It's not some other guys on Google. It is New York Institute of Finance since 1922, right? They were founded in 1922 by the New York Stock Exchange. $30 trillion market capitalization, around since 1790-ish, okay? For a few hundred years, they've been telling traders how to trade and what patterns make sense. They've been discussing that with like the Federal Reserve, some other individuals like that. Very important that we have that source to look to. We're excited to be able to bring that information to you as a channel. It's just important. They cover the patterns. They cover there's a right way to do these patterns. There's a right way to talk about volume, to talk about the various componentries that you see on your screen. And so, Jeffrey, what a great success. That's just awesome. Just 1 year at it. So Pathfinder's saying with Binance, they need your address confirmed so they can't buy, sell for at least a day. Oh, okay. So you have to have that home address. Wow. Now Binance wants to know where you live. Okay, doke. Well, that's 2022. That's interesting. They want to know where you are at. They're going to have that geolocate, huh? They're going to have that GPS on you on Binance. Very interesting. I'm wondering if we have that for Binance. Do you guys think we have the geolocate on Binance, or they just want to make sure that they have it on us? Very interesting. Very, very interesting stuff. I'm not so certain we have it on Binance. Just my two thoughts. But as we look at this, let's just get away. Maybe a little bit of conjecture with a little bit of joking there. But I don't know, guys. Interesting stuff. So I don't trade on Binance. I trade on Gate, and Gate is it's been around for about as long as any other exchange, if not longer, dealing with Bitcoin. One of the original. Let's look at the chart on Bitcoin. Let's bring this up. Let's see here real quickly. Yeah, not to steer anyone in a different direction if that's a requirement, federal or otherwise. I know that they will be, I'm sure that they will be complying, Gate will, etc. So, and I hope that's a local consideration. As we would look at like the price action on Gate, just look at the, look at how long, this is one of the best charts that you'll find on Bitcoin as we would look at it. In a lot of respect to Gate, back to back to 2013, January, March of 2013. March of 2013, guys. That's a big deal. That's the monthly chart you're looking at here. So when we do the diagnostics, like I'm able to go all the way back to 2013 with a solid chart here. But yeah, it's because it was listed on Gate. All right, so Coinbase or, whatever other interests you may have with Binance or something like this is back through 2000 and 2013. Very impressive as you would look at the entirety of the price action to learn from. We always want the most complete charts and the best technicals that we can have. Gate is not perfect. I'll say that without a doubt. It's not perfect. If we had a perfect exchange, we would absolutely be telling you that. I'm not telling anyone that, but as we look at the chart here, it's just they are solid technical. So I bring that to everyone's attention, whether or not you're on Binance or Gate or wherever you are. Just cross-exchange comparatives are always a nice thing to be involved in. As you guys will look at like cross comparatives on it, cross-exchange comparatives, always comparing like, let's say, Binance to Gate, etc. Just look at how clear things are for us on Gate. As I look at Gate, it's just really nicely done. We were just on TradingView hunting for the right kind of level and this and that. Look at Gate. It's just straightforward from the low to the high. Just bam, 61.8 exactly, boom. So yeah, they've been in the business of trading Bitcoin for a long time, guys, since 2013, and that's something that we've picked up on here. And with Angel's history in and with Bitcoin, it just makes sense that it actually is not coincidental, or maybe it is coincidental. What do you want to say, Angel, if you're around? But that's an interesting fact that we would be and have promoted an exchange to some degree within the realm of personal decision. It's always yours, but brought it up that it's one of the key focus as we look at the history of the coin. It's just that's part of the reason why Angel has found himself home here, and because those little coincidences just keep happening. So looking at that April 2013, that's more price action than you'll find on most charts, guys. So it's one of the oldest, most established exchanges, and it's just really solid. They can carry your capital in terms of your liquidity. They just not every exchange can. So that's exciting to see. Let me read in here. What do we got? Yep, Gate is better. Binance was in euro, so I went for that first. Yeah, Binance is, but yeah, Binance has its own advantages without a doubt. I like, as we just talked about it, and it's not, Binance has pretty good technicals. I'll say pretty good technicals. They just, when they lock up your coins, that to me is a deal breaker. I see things like that. I'm like, no, I can't have. I don't want anyone. If someone loses a trade, that's one thing. If they don't want to follow a strategy or whatnot, that's their deal. But when we look at the issue of like someone getting their coins locked up, like I'm not going to be on the other end of someone getting their coins locked up by an exchange when they lock everyone's coins up. Like that to me is not trading. That's a little tough. So that's why we went to Gate. But to the extent that Binance hasn't had much of an issue with that recently, it seems to be improving. I'm excited about that. But the overall technicals as well, I do find them, and you guys know I'm highly technical in terms of my analytics. I just find that really on Gate, once you get into the technicals and you start to appreciate them, they're really nice. You'll see things on Gate that you don't see on other exchanges. That may be the case if you spend more time on, let's say, on another exchange like Binance, etc. And like I said, nothing is perfect. Okay, you'll find every exchange has its own nuance kind of things to work with. Hey! Look at Angel Matos in the house. What is going on, my brother? How are you? I hope everything is going well. I had to give you a wrench real quickly. We have another account. That's okay. Hope you are doing well. Angel is in the house. Give us another. Let me put. How are you, Angel? And let's see. If you can pop back up, I want to see your next comment. If Jeffrey saying hello to Angel, very nice. Angel was hopefully around. I'm going to say this around Gate in 2013. It'd be interesting to know, not just around, but certainly in the context of. As we talk about 2013, Angel remembers that like yesterday in terms of the market. I know with Bitcoin, but it'd be interesting to know, like, do you and we really haven't covered that, like a best exchange in your opinion, for Bitcoin. I know he must do the assessment in terms of looking at, okay, how long has Bitcoin been on the exchange? When he sees 2013, he must be like, well, that's far enough back to get 1 cent Bitcoin is the important thing. If you guys look back at the chart, this, on Gate, Bitcoin traded for a cent. All right, so it's interesting as you would look at the levels of volatility required to really capture maximum gains. Yeah, it goes back to to some periods of time where literally, we saw Bitcoin trade at 1 cent. So very interesting in terms of that crash down back through that 2013 kind of era. Let me see what. So Angel, nice to welcome you. Let me welcome you to the Crypto Kingdom. I appreciate you being part of the audience tonight. I had turned you into a spaceman so that you know that is you and that is your image there. So we're glad that you have come down to earth for a bit, and we look forward to being of service this evening to you in the form of TA, top-level TA, and hopefully you get to have some fun as well. And there we go. Jeffrey telling Angel that he hopes you are feeling better. Angel, without a doubt, I hope we're all hoping that you're feeling better. Big deal. We got a community here, Angel. We care about you. We hope that you're doing well, that you're feeling good. I have lined out some Fibonacci's for you, Angel, and VIP, etc., on the macro and on the micro. Okay. We're looking at the 61.8 as a key feature, okay, of, essentially what would just be amazing. Pathfinder and I have been talking about, could we get a golden pocket on Bitcoin? Could we do it? And to the extent, let's go ahead and lock this. Let's go ahead and lock the next level as well. Let me get into this. Lock and lock. There we go. This designated range that we're in is very interesting. You guys know that range trading, swing trading is, and I'm just going to call this out like it is. Range trading, if we were to look at, and let me go ahead and see if I can get into a little bit further detail in terms of brush stroke, just to kind of show you where this is at. The range trading that we typically see, one of the biggest, I'm just going to say this, one of the biggest, let me go ahead and click my crosshair here. One of the biggest problems that we have with range trading, and I just want to let you guys know, and this is one place, one area that Bitcoin shines in, okay, is the fact that ranges are really easy to determine and to draw in after the range. Okay, after the range develops, a lot of times it's really easy to go ahead and say, yes, we have the range in play, right? So that's one of the biggest critiques is if you read a whole 1,000-page book or a 20-page book on range trading, the issue will be if or to the extent that that Bitcoin decides, let's just draw this. To the extent that Bitcoin decides to do this, well, each and every one of these ranges would just be perfect once the range is established. Now, Bitcoin kind of shines in this to some degree, and I want to talk about that. That's essentially the critique on it, because we're in a very well-defined range here. Okay, we would expect that to continue to provide traders, hopefully to continue to provide traders. And the question is, can we get one more trade here? Can we get one more 30% from this level? Everybody is just excited about the possibility for one more range trade. Okay, so what will happen though is we'll typically pick up at a level, or let's say we'll typically pick up at a, let's see here, let me get into the crosshairs on this. We'll typically pick up into let me go to the price line. I want to just work with the gate technicals a bit tonight. Why not? Let's go into the style. Let me get into the price line. There we go. Something a little different. Let's get into something just a touch different for the price line. That wasn't a bad color. I don't mind that. It's not too bad. What's yellow look like? That's not bad either. Let's maybe stick with yellow. That's pretty cool. We will stick with the yellow. I like that first. Bam. Let's go with that just for a bit. So the good thing about patterns is once you have a pattern, then there's a trade. The bad thing about a let's say a range trade or swing trade, it's like, well, amidst their formation, you could have had trades, right? And once they're formed, a lot of times they'll turn into essentially a pattern that'll want to break, etc. I've brought up, just as a for instance here, I've brought up, and this was, a specific kind of a swing trade area, but it's a good, let's say a good example if we were to discuss the standard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 expectation that we would have in terms of a specified. And you guys will agree with this. It's just, while it's information, it's difficult to say, yes, there's, you can work with the analytics. We do that a lot in terms of the specific, let's see here, in terms of the specific, indications, etc. But while something is information, you can say, and this would have been a range trade pickup, a channel pickup, essentially, okay, with a bit of deviation. But this range, we have to go to the candle work here to really let this demonstrate itself to us. And you guys can see now it starts to really take some formation with this move to the upside. Let's see if I can find this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the extent that we had this 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're expecting this fifth wave to get up and out. This would have been a nice channel formation, right? So this did not pick up. Let's just say that didn't pick up in the context of let's say a lateral range that we're looking at right now, or an ascending line of support. Essentially, that's what, and that is what, let's see here. There we go. That's what an ascending triangle is. And I'm getting on Gate to kind of see if there are any, because I haven't done the cross diagnostics yet. So I want to do them live with you to kind of show you because I've mentioned it. I did mention cross exchange diagnostics or analytical framework, right? To look at Gate, then look at, let's say, Binance, etc. Let's look at the daily chart here real quickly. And as we would talk about kind of a consolidated range, the consolidation that's ongoing with essentially on the daily, a flat top resistance is flat enough to qualify for an ascending triangle. A consolidated range with the, let's say, characteristic of having an ascending line of support is, by definition, an ascending triangle. Okay, we have a range with a flat top resistance and an ascending line of support. Very bullish. Buyers are continuing to step in, and the price is continuing to be supported at a higher level with a maximum threshold take. That threshold take right now is going to be between 43,000 and 45,000 to the upside. That's very healthy in terms of positive price, and we're looking forward to this continuing. However, Bitcoin's greatest strength here, let me say this, it's one of its most definable characteristics as you guys look at Bitcoin to trade. One of its most highly defined characteristics, or well-known characteristics, is that it likes to, and you guys, we can go to this specific portion in here, it loves to pick back up in, at, or below. It likes to pick up at or below, okay, below the preceding low, even along the same Fibonacci, etc. As you guys look back into the summer framework of 2021, this long duration that we had on the different time frames, we had, and you guys know we found that bottom. Very, very nice. Let me see what we have. Feeling better, Porter. Hey, we have a confirmation. Feeling better, Pathfinder, Porter. Hello, everyone. Saying Angel. Nice. You might have to hit that button to say hello. You might have to hit that button to say hello. Well, there we go. There we go. That's nice. I think him having fun. Angel is Mr. Hit the Button. He wrote the book in hitting the button. So in terms of that, we appreciate having you here, and I'm just excited you're feeling good. What's up, brother? Nice. You're feeling better. Maybe that rocket will be doing better. The other stuff in and around will be doing better. Maybe the whole market will be doing better. Excited to see that you're here and up. Adam, let me have a sip of coffee real quickly. All right. Now, discussing this function here, and we talk about like a range, right? If we would go from, let me see in here, so we would talk about just the nice characteristic set of Bitcoin is that in a range dynamic, it likes to pick up at, okay, or below a preceding established level of support, at or below a level of support. It creates a different dynamic when we're trying to hold. Let me get through this. It creates a different dynamic when we're trying to hold a specific pattern framework. And on the differentiated, say on the lines here, we got into essentially a nice wedge formation here that was pretty undeniable, okay? And the lines sometime will clean up. Okay, we have to rely on the lines to clean up a bit. And when we go into this level of uncertainty, right? It just creates that level of increased potential risk in the market. Always gauge your risk. Always understand that. But the dynamic is there that even on the micro, on the real laser magnified short time frame, that Bitcoin likes to pick up at or below. Okay, so I'm bringing that up right now as a key focal for everybody, for VIP. Need you guys to listen to this, right? It likes to pick up at or below. Buyers know. They know Bitcoin. I'm going to tell you guys, the market participants, the sophisticated market participants, they know Bitcoin. Yes, it could leave them out were they to have, let's say, heavier cash positions. Note, I said heavier cash positions. Okay, heavier cash positions. At or below. See, the framework here needs to be established in terms of the ascending line of support for this current ascending triangle on the daily. Increased cash positions are below. Okay? I'm just going to tell you, with the framework of the strategy that works to mitigate risk in the market, to lower risk in the market, is the idea is more volume at a cheaper price or less cost per coin. More volume at a lower price, okay, represents less risk to an investor. Okay? You can do the math. You do the math. If it works out differently, you let me know. More volume at a lower price, okay, more volume, more coins at a lower price represents less risk to an investor. If you were to look at the entirety of the market here with Bitcoin, more volume, so a heavier potential, and you could say equivalent or heavier, okay, and we could get through that differentiation, but equivalent or heavier capital involvement at lower levels equals more volume. Okay, equivalent or heavier. Okay, at lower levels means more volume in terms of your levels of exposure. The ability to maintain that equation, the ability to continue to maintain that equation requires that you have additional, okay, capital for heavier amounts of exposure at potentially lower prices. That's how you cover that risk equation. And I understand that means, London, I want more of my capital to work. Again, I say all the time, it's not about whether or not you can make money in the market. If you structure out your capital appropriately, etc., it's not about that. It's about how much money you can make in the market. That's the key focal. That's the key equation. Let me see what, Pathfinder and Jeffrey releasing the reins a little bit in the chat. Nice to see all of you. And, Angel, nice to see you. Your name just popping up real powerful there. We're always hoping you're doing well, brother. That's excellent. Might have to hit that button to say hello. Hello, personally speaking. And you are correct. Huh? You are telling them the truth. I'm going to say that. Angel, you are telling them the truth. We appreciate you guys hitting the button with Super Chat and etc. to let us know you're doing well. That's the big thing here. If we're able to facilitate big trades, something else like that, that's an awesome deal for us guys to be able to encourage, $1 million trades and things like that. That's an excellent. That's why we're here. So it's a big confirmation when that occurs as to why we are here, not just for me or let's say Angel or someone else. It's a big confirmation for everybody else. That dynamic is in play here, and that's the reason that we are here. So, and that's what's nice is other people understand that. It's like, well, they're super chatting, well, they're this and that. Well, we're $1 million trade. Hey, Sheeb, last month, etc. That's what I want to be known for in 2022 is the group that's cranking through the cash in terms of those returns. I want to be known for that in 2022. I want you to be known for it. All you VIP and base campers, this is not a discussion just with me and Angel. So anybody could have followed that trade 80% to the upside. Anybody was there, right? Everybody heard that, etc. So when I look at what we're known for in 2022, I want to be that group. Man, have you heard of that channel? I want to be that channel, period. And then I want to do it again. And then I want to do it again. And I want to do it again. And I want people just amazed, right? I want people amazed at look. Have you seen all their super chats? Have you seen how good their group is? Have you seen this? Have you seen that? I want it to be off the shelf. I want it to literally be that way because, guys, that means you're winning, period. You are acing the market, period. That means I'm doing what I need to do in terms of the technicals, and that means everybody else is going to look at us as a group like, you have got to be kidding me. And that is what I want. That's the dynamic, the VIP, the number one, etc. I want us to put the put those elements of the equation together. It's good for me. It's good for you guys. It's good for the whole space. I'll tell you that, because then at some point it's just 2022, right? We get to be known as the group that's making killer trades. That's the idea, guys. That's the idea. So let's look at. Let's see. Now, let me see. Here we go. Now I want to hear what Angel says. Word to the wise: if you are trading, and not investing, and you do not follow the basic rules of 101, buy at support, sell at resistance. That is absolutely it. Then you should not be trading. Boom. Absolutely, 100%. One of the easiest things we could talk about, right? Buy at support, sell at resistance. Trade your patterns. Okay, trade your breakouts of your patterns, and hit your targets. Okay, and I'll finish that up for Angel there. Just kind of something that really, I really wanted to bring into the dynamic of 2022 is just the framework to center yourself around what's required. What is required? And Angel, thank you for chiming in. Always a pleasure to have you around to bounce ideas off of. And Angel, I want to bring another $10+ million trade. That's what I want to do this next month. That's my goal, right? But I don't know what you got to update us. You got to update us. I don't know if you hit the button. I don't know if you took the trade. I don't know if you doubled down from the 14 million to the 28 million. We don't know that. So I like that super chat. I like you causing some stir and some noise around here, because that wouldn't work out. You have to say from it was the trillion sheep, not 500 billion. You said 500 billion. I was like, okay, trillion. I want to see you buy more at lower levels. Bam, 28 million down at that lower level, the 78.6. Yeah, then that 80% on the 28. That's like 23 million. In terms of profits, that's what I want to be known for. So in terms of the group dynamic, everything becomes very simple. Let's see. Everything becomes very simple when we look at that level of success in terms of generating that level of capital and having those kind of trades under our belt, because then nobody can take that from us. Like your success, Angel, nobody can take that from you. Nobody, it's just you are who you are, and that's a beautiful thing. You're VIP. You're top shelf. You're VIP. And you have been sick, is the one thing I'll say over the last several weeks. Guys, Angel has really been, and he's just bulletproof. So when he says he's not feeling good, he ain't feeling good, guys. That's the one thing I'll say. So it's that is a fact, okay, of life, literal. And if you're not feeling great, it's you got to. Crypto pushes us irrespective. You guys know that. It does. It pushes us, without regret or remorse. It pushes us, doesn't it? Let's look at these two moves here. What different moves? What different moves we have here. You guys see these, huh? Just nice. If you guys know what you're looking at right now, if you just look at the screen and you know what you're looking at, you love it. I'm going to tell you love what you're looking at, because nobody else knows what they're looking at. All right. If you know how this works here, there's just nothing, guys. There's nothing to it. It's easy stuff if you know what you're looking at. Now, Angel is saying buy at support, sell at resistance, right? Easy stuff, but guys, that's it's easy enough for anyone who I don't know, who just wants to repeat it. But can you do it? And Angel's trying to help you guys as new traders. Jeffrey is base camp for a year now. And as we look at this, let's see here. As we would look at this specific formation here, having to kind of push into a larger wedge formation previously may eliminate the concern here as to what we're looking at, or what the dynamic is in play here. This is the one outstretched, I'd say, hand that it would offer us in terms of a real differentiation. Okay. Sometimes the market will maybe work with us in terms of, okay, we've got a different, let's say a different level of potential interpretation. Let's be nice with the technicals. Let's kind of get along with this issue. Let's go to a broader understanding of what we're looking at right here. That's what this would be here. Okay. You'd have to go to a much higher time frame. Let's go to the weekly. And Angel's saying, I said it, trillion sheep. Well, I'm excited if you booked that big time, big boy trade. Crypto pushes U.S., no doubt about it, says Angel. Our love for family and self will push us further. That's nice. Crypto pushes us. Crypto pushes us. Good, no doubt about it. Our love for family and self will push us further. Hey, that sounds like VIP right there. I put that on the wall. You got to put that on the wall. We got to put that on the wall. Very nicely stated. That's nice, Angel. That's a potential VIP. Very nice. Let me go ahead. I'm going to have to take a second here because I'm going to put that in the back in terms of that. I really like that a lot. Bam. Very nice. Very nicely done. So looking at with some specificity, let's go back to this specific, let's go back to the regard we have here on the weekly. Let's go to the weekly chart. Let's go to the, let's make sure we don't miss anything. Uh-oh. Now we need to pay attention to something else, guys. All right. We have, and this is for discussion purposes, okay? As you guys look into it, discussion purposes. We have on the, and this is interesting. I went to the weekly just to kind of remind us of this specific falling wedge on the weekly chart that I had encountered. Nobody else found that in the market, guys. Nobody. All right? They did after we had published that. But we were the first out of the gate on this. Very important. Very interesting. Very slight. You have to get into the definition of this on and what the parameters would be on the, let's see, on the weekly chart with this constriction here denoted versus the daily or versus even the monthly or the 4-hourly, hourly, etc. All right. This specific constriction here. You have to understand that none of this was here. So we were dealing with this right in here and trying to define it. The best way it was defined was a falling wedge on the different time frames. So let me see what we can put together. Let me discuss this. What I'm trying to discuss right now, and I've come up with a different dynamic in play that I want you to recognize right here on the weekly time frame is a symmetrical triangulation indicated with a pick up and a potential for lower prices. This is on the weekly right now for Bitcoin. This is a big deal, okay? It's a big deal for a few reasons. If you've looked at your most recent and Pathfinder, everybody else in the back, pay attention. You remember the chart I just put in the back on Ethereum, right? Let me see. You need to leave for later. That's fine. Yeah, Pathfinder is up above. Where is that Pathfinder? He may be chilling in the back. He was here. I think he shouted out to you early on. I think he is in Slovenia. It's probably working towards 4 a.m. potentially. Let me see what I have. I'm going to scroll through these as well just to catch up on that. The key focal I'm coming into contact, an angel asking, Pathfinder, where are you? Let's see. Porter's got to scope out. He's got to rail out. He's that's okay. Evening to you, Porter. Thanks. Thank you for shouting out. Thank you for shouting out. And yeah, Pathfinder, not sure where you are. Let's see what we got. Maybe he took a needed break for a second or something like that. We'll see when he comes back around. If he does, he was around quite a bit in the beginning. So yeah, we'll see where Pathfinder is at. Pathfinder working on some charts in the back. Impressive. Luke, I have a vibe for Luke. Luke, what's going on, brother? Where are you? Not sure what Luke is doing. He may be working on charts. He's probably following along, and he may divide his time between chart work and chatting. I wouldn't be surprised at all. This is a very interesting dynamic on the weekly. I'm going to show you why here in 2 seconds. Let's go to Ethereum. Let's look at ETH real quickly. Now I'm on Gate just because I want to be on Gate. Okay, I want to see what Gate has to show us. Now this would be the weekly on, that's interesting. The weekly on, interesting, the weekly on Ethereum. Now what I'm interested in is this on the daily. Okay, and you'll see why I just went to this chart. On the daily, we have this specific formulation or pattern that has developed that we're currently just pushing along this downside. Big deal for Ethereum, guys. People getting prepped for a trade. Big time, big time, big time. You guys understand this. The symmetrical triangulation. Here we go. And buyers moving in. It's a nice commentary or a nice flip. Let me get over here in terms of the border. Let me get this border colored up. There we go. This is a nice moment to discuss what Angel just stated, like, buy at support, sell at resistance. Boom. We're at support on the daily. I bring up the symmetrical triangulation because on the weekly, this is Ethereum. Boom. The Ethereum chart on the daily. Look at the Bitcoin chart on the weekly. You have to go to the weekly on Bitcoin to find it, guys. You got to go to the weekly on Bitcoin to find it at all. You see this? You're not going to find it on another time frame. Please pay attention. If you're paying attention, that is a complication, right? And it may seem like an unnecessary complication unless you can simplify it. Find the solution, right? If you can find a solution to what it means, and we'll spend a lot of time doing that, guys. It's not just, I spend a lot of time on technicals, just so you guys know. For you, for the group. I mean, God gave me this gift for a reason. Has to be. Not just an accident. I am not an accident. I would like to say that for the record. 4 a.m. and 10:30 p.m. on East Coast. And, yeah. A good point, huh? Good point. Boom. There we go. London. Hello. Angel. Boom. There we go. My man. Boom. My man. Boom. So glad you were feeling better. We're going to go ahead and put a few comments here for you. I say hello to you all the time when you haven't shown up yet, if you're a little bit running late, just so you know. If you ever rewind these and rewatch them, you know. Thank you for that. Great TA on ETH. Yeah, it's just the dynamic in play is very interesting as we would look at it. On BTC, has the symmetrical triangulation implied ascending level of support, descending level of resistance. And look at this, just really, really scoped in here, guys. You see that? On the weekly, on BTC. Then back to it, guys. Back to the daily on Ethereum. Let me get into, see the daily on Ethereum? Symmetrical, same. Now, understand the difference. If we go to the weekly, Bitcoin has on the weekly, all right? On the weekly Ethereum, and we don't have, we lose the specific. There we go. Pathfinder back, had some connection issues. What's going on? Angel was looking for you. He was wondering what's going on. He's like, where'd Pathfinder go? It can't be that early to be too early in Slovenia. Come on now. It's crypto. When Pathfinder's in the middle of his day, sometimes he'll turn around and we're still up at 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 in the morning as well. Here, it happens. It's crypto. That's part of what it is. So the time difference here. Let's look at the differences on the weekly. Again, daily, we just rarely see a good matchup on the chart. So when we find it on a different time frame, it begins point of inquiry, right? We have kind of a point of technical inquiry to dig into. Do I predominantly look at, Angel asking, do I predominantly look at the hourly, 4 hourly, or weekly? Yeah, look for at the larger time frames for clues that nobody else can get. And once I have found them, few want to hear them. And it convinces me that people aren't really trading. To answer that question exactly. You're a different case. VIP are a different story. Pathfinder, for instance, just so you know, Angel, is all about the different time frames, the larger time frames. So I can tell who spent time in VIP. It's pretty cool because they're finding weekly, monthly, very important patterns that are going to beat the market. I'm just going to tell you, Pathfinder shows up, just so you know, Angel, pretty cool story. He shows up and he hit the 86 retracement on Doge. I just like it because he hit that 86% retracement. Bam, that's our key level. On the Doge chart, it is exact. It is literally down to, you can tell, and I know the people who we've been trading with because, boom, the market gave them, from Binance to everybody, just boom, gave them the 86 custom level. It's a big deal for me for Doge to fit into the context of the 86. That's the other thing. You may not, don't like Doge, it's Sheeb time, etc. Well, nobody going to dock us on Sheeb. First real bull pennant that we brought to VIP was Sheeb. First 2x everybody got was Sheeb. Nobody knew what Sheeb was. I found Sheeb on the shelf of crypto.com. They wanted to bring it to light. I'm like, I think this could do well. So looking at the weekly, right, the weekly of Bitcoin seems to be expressive of what the daily is on Ethereum. I'm just noting that for right now because it's difficult to find a comparative expression between the two. They march to their own beat to a large degree. So, let's see. If so, do you retest patterns on the 5-minute micro or monthly macro? Now you're getting into testing the patterns. Testing the patterns. Let's see. I am, let's see here. Now you're getting into the, now you're getting into testing the patterns. Lower time frames. Man, I'd welcome anybody to test the patterns at the lower time frames. I don't know that anyone has a realistic understanding of what I mean when I say test the patterns at the lower time frames. You wanna really get into it, we'll lose the entire crowd here. I guarantee you, Angel, I get into that discussion, everybody will be gone. Really testing the patterns at the lower time frames. I don't know anybody else who can do it. I'm going to tell you that much as an absolute matter of fact. Anyone else who can competently do it. You've seen some of what I do on lower time frames, like let's say a real lower time frame. You've seen how I can just kind of, line out where things are going, et cetera, right? Now, this is just the 10-second, okay? Real slow, super slow, like so slow, it's just does barely even make sense, okay? Now, testing on different time frames, you're at least here, slamming back and forth. This is slow. I'm not logged in to Gate right now, so this is super slow. This is like too slow. You will be operating your computer faster than you should be able to operate your computer and your order book and everything else if you're accurately testing. It's a skill in and of itself. Can you do it on the 5-minute? Without a doubt. Can you do it on anything else? Without a doubt. And if you're one of the individuals who can do it, you are probably capable of building your computer blindfolded. I'm going to tell you that. I mean that. You're probably capable somehow of like building a computer blindfolded. if you can really get in and operate a computer well enough, and I mean that, you're going to test the patterns like that at the lower time frames. Think you can type fast? Think you can get through like a human technological production cycle? That's essentially what we get into when we talk about, like, it literally becomes like a production cycle of interactivity between you and the computer and the engagement that you have with the price. Like, you think a hacker is fast or something? You think no. This, like, when you really get into testing at the lower time frames, and it's a great question. I can tell Angel is paying attention. You pay it at, just imagine what that means. That's a big deal. Thank you, Angel, for paying attention. But you want to know, testing it at the lower time frames, what is it going to do, etc. You want to know the answer. You got to be able to operate. And I mean, and I just say that to give you the idea, the notion of what I'm even talking about, because no one else some people may remain vague on it, because, you know, I'll find nuances with the different patterns, et cetera. And you guys know, it's like, well, wow, okay, we didn't know that happens. So we're just coming off of the tail edge end of a double, capitulation. I gave a specific warning, right? Now, this preceding zone, I let everybody know. Then I kind of, you have to understand, from my standpoint, it's a different beast, guys. Because from my standpoint, people want to be told what they want to be told. They don't want to know the truth. You guys need to know this. Even VIP a lot. You don't want to know the truth. You don't want to know that, right? If I told you here on this primary triangulation, if I told you that here, well, we're most likely going to be heading back down to at least this level, right? Because I've spent incredible amount of time at the lower time frames, and I mean the lowest time frames you can get with the price action turned on. I know this, boom, boom, but a lot of people don't want to hear that, guys. So if I repeat that the entire time, people leave. People do, well, I've got better things to do. I'm going to go find an opinion that suits me. You have no idea how often I get that. I deal with this all the time, guys. Someone wants to go find a different opinion other than me, like, because I don't tell them what they want to hear. Do what? They don't want the right opinion? The purely technical opinion. They don't want the technical answer, right? So this time, I literally put it in no uncertain terms. I'll mention it up here, but I'm going to talk with them. We're going to play a bullish feature to the top side. We're going to play a bull pattern to the upside, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Okay? Within the context of this and that, the pour down hurt here. If you guys were involved in a long position, that hurt you guys, right? If you're prepared and you understand what the patterns are doing, buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, right? Your pattern, your ascending triangle. We didn't get a reprieve from that. And to the extent I'm constantly talking about the likelihood of it to pour back down to a preceding level of resistance, you don't want to hear it. So this time it was just like, okay, this is the gloves are off. That's it. This time we were up at the top. Warning. Warning, warning, warning. You guys got that in the preceding video. Because this time I'm like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I did last time. We will get up here. Well, maybe we will. Maybe we won't. No. This is it. Warning in this level. People don't like to hear that. Not everybody's on the short trigger of their game. The ones that are, some of them aren't even VIP. I get a shout out today from somebody that, I nailed a short. I'm like, they're not even VIP. They don't even want to join VIP. I'm like, why would you take my TA? Why would you hang out and just like dangle that in front of, like, why would you be disrespectful to me? Just not nice. I don't know what's going on with that. So, yeah, this was the warning. And the answer to the question, Angel's question, is, on what time frames am I testing? Am I calibrating the market? Now, calibration is a different deal. Calibration is a different deal. Flash Gordon. It's funny. It is funny. Thank you, Angel. Now, in terms of, there's some ideas I want you guys to know. If you really want to know about the market, let's get into it. Okay, let's talk about some details of the market. There are some components of the market, i.e. opportunities to exploit the market, opportunities to exploit the markets. Okay? That literally the market will just let you do. Only you, maybe a few other people. If you spend enough time with it on different time frames, if you spend enough time with it really trading, it'll show you a few ways to make some real money. When you dispense that idea, it loses its overall the ability for you to capitalize on it. And once everybody starts to capitalize on it, then the market chews up that advantage. It eliminates that advantage that you had. You guys understand that? If the market provides you with an edge and you give away that edge, the edge is going to be eaten up. Okay? The participants are going to essentially eliminate that edge. It's not that you're greedy. It's not that you have to save something for yourself. You have to keep back knowledge or information on the market, but some things are so particular when you're looking for an edge in the market. And we talk about testing, okay, testing at lower time frames to find, opportunities like this. Boom, 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 boom. The next logical question, and we're alpha. No kidding. We are alpha. I train alpha traders. I train traders, okay, in alpha, percentage by which you beat the market. It becomes a discussion, honestly, just to lay this out flat. If you're able to capitalize on a specific, and I'm talking about a technical component in the market, let's say it's telling you that all of the ascending triangles are coming back down. Boom. And it just keeps happening. And every one of them that you do, because you traded 200 of them in the last 3 days at lower time frames. You say, I'm going to give it a couple days. I want to make sure that I'm going to give this a break. I've traded 200 or 300 of these in the last 2 days. I'm going to give it a break 3 days. I'm going to get back to it. And still doing it. Bam. And you just find that, and let's say it's not the return to prior resistance, okay? Maybe that's a function that will always be in the market. We'll just say that. But you find another gem of a money maker for you. It's like every single time this happens. As soon as you share that with other people, it's going to be eliminated in the market. It's not because the market's trying to keep you to be selfish. It's not trying to gear you. Just understand, guys, it's not trying to, and I'm not promoting that you be selfish, that you withhold your own understanding, of the functioning of the market. No, guys, that's not the idea. That's not the idea. The idea is once the participants in mass begin to exploit something or begin to participate in something that was a previous exploitation for a single individual, they slowly chew away at the advantage. You guys understand that? Let's look at let's go to the daily on this ascending triangle. That advantage is slowly eliminated in the market once, you just capture this, guys. The advantage is slowly eliminated in the market because the participants will become increasingly competitive around the boundaries of that advantage. Okay? Well, I know I can get 10% on every one of these trades. I can get 10%, man. This is just continual. Every time I see this pattern, I'm making 10%. Well, that's great. I'm just going to tell VIP, no big deal. I'm going to go ahead and tell 3 or 4 people, hey, guys, on every single one of these, we're making 10%. Let's do this. Well, then, okay, great. Then the people in VIP, et cetera, and I don't withhold much, guys, at all from you. The concept that I'm discussing is very important if you're paying attention. To find, because Angel talks about testing, I'm talking about calibration. Okay, calibration. All right? We'll get into the calibration in 1 second. As we look at this ascending attempted pickup at this zone, go through price real quickly, 39,032. Do we have a pickup at the golden pocket? It's going to be the essential question. Looks like it's trying to formulate a pattern. Okay. Which patterns are playing? Which ones are successful right now? Because you guys, you don't necessarily know if you're privy to information through your testing or calibration with the market at the lower time frames. Well, the whole world may know it's an inverse head and shoulders. The whole world may know. Do you know it's going to work or not? You may have a slam dunk with a technical indication on the right shoulder. You know it's going to fly because you've traded 500 of them in the last week. Somehow the market wants you to maintain that, okay? Because when you let that advantage be known, people will even start to trade. I'm going to tell you, people will even start to trade the specific technical advantage that you have, not the completion of the. You understand this? Please pay attention to this, okay? So that you understand it's not a personal issue. It's not me. I would decide to withhold information. You may say any head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, where I get a specific, let's just say it looks like an N and it looks like another N or M. I don't know why. Let's just use this for an example. I just don't know why. But any head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, or let's say where I get a W and then an M. It's giving you some sort of double pattern towards the bottom, a double bottom, and then it's giving me a double top. Any single one of these that ends like this, I've noticed in the market, it winds up completing the inverse head and shoulders. I found a key to the market. You can trade that, okay, to the extent that the other market participants begin to notice your clue. They're going to start trading the W and the M. You give away your key, they're going to start saying, okay, wait. So not only are we concerned with, you see the second level here eliminates the advantage. And this is just a small example. I could expand it. This is very highly technical, but understand it, please. It's crucially important. With the amount of time you spend with technicals, understand this. And you know where I'm going. Okay, so it's not just the key signal indicator here that we're going to have an inverse head and shoulders. It's going to fly. That's huge. But there's going to be people that say, okay, good, but what's it going to do between here and there? I mean, because I could go on leverage here on perpetuals. I could do, what is this doing? So this is repeating as well. I get the W, then I'm going to have an M. So I'm going to have a short here. Okay. And the number of people that get involved with this W and this M here, they're going to start to work out the advantage. I'm going to tell you guys, they're going to start to work out the technicals and the advantage even in the signal that it's providing you. They're going to decompose this. They're going to do that to that. They're going to begin to trade that, whatever that key signal indicator may be. So when you find something that works, not that you should just walk around and we have a lot of shared knowledge in VIP. You guys know that. The fundamentals are crucial because you'll find an advantage from time to time. Okay? When you find an advantage from time to time, find other ways to be cool with people. Ever thought of that? I'm just going to say that. Before you eliminate an advantage for yourself and like, well, I'll float this out. And some of these I've talked about, right? And I've watched them be eliminated when I've talked about them. I've watched people go do it in VIP and elsewhere. And it's just a crucially important aspect as we talk about like a return to function. Here, return to function. Some of these are just automatic for the group. It's from spending a lot of time at the lower levels. Because there's no requirement that it necessarily needs to return. The warning here, when I talk about calibration, right? When I talk about that, in addition to testing the market, like how do we know this is going to go down, the calibration includes kind of, and I just pass this off all the time as, all the time, what do I call it? The mood of the market. Then sometimes I'll say the mood of the participants in the market. Are they bullish? Are they bearish? Etc. There's a lot behind that statement. The mood of the market. That's me being very general. It's a highly, highly technical endeavor. The mood of the market. Does it want to give me a strategic advantage right now in the market? Right? Does it not want to? Does it want to give me a clear exploit in the market? Like I have a telltale signal. Every one of these is going to go if it does a certain move before, right? The mood of the market. Now, calibrating is the process. I'm just going to discuss this because Angel asked, so I'm going to answer his question. Spend some time answering your question. No champagne, so I might as well make the presentation of the technicals appropriate, sir. VIP is the calibration, recalibrating yourself to the market, getting involved in the technicals at the lower time frames or the higher time frames. You just don't have a big enough sample size. You don't have enough data. You can use the higher time frames, the hourly, forever. I mean, almost. I mean, by the time it recalibrates, you're cooked. You're cooked on the hourly or on the daily. You're cooked. Get into the 5 minute, you start to get more of a sample size. But you're seeing why I go to the lowest time frames is to get more data from the market. I get more patterns. I can trade 2 or 3 or 400 patterns in a day or in 2 days or 3 days. Whereas I have to wait an entire day on the 5 minutes to really get what I wanted to trade. So when I talk about calibration, that is a process to me of, this is more like alpha training. And Angel tells me to bill. I do. I'm putting that I do bill for this information. But I'll share it with you guys since he asked. All right. And I'm not talking about billing for a VIP $100. I'm not talking about that, guys. I bill for this information. Okay? And to that extent, I won't finish it. I think that's fair enough. He's always telling me I have to bill. So to the extent that that answer resides there beyond and the calibration and the testing and what that means in terms of a market advantage, I appreciate you bringing it up, Angel. Because I was just dealing with a guy earlier on tonight who is not VIP. He used to be, and he's laughing about, oh, I just nailed a short and this and that. He's watching my video and making a bunch of cash. And he sits there and says that he doesn't, whatever he said, just just not nice. I'm not VIP, this and that. I still made money, huh? I'm like, okay, man, why are you still paying attention to my technicals and everything else? It's just we have some respect around here. We have some rules, some respect around here. Lower time frames, the lowest time frame possible for you to get the most exposure on your charts. Numero uno. If you can test and calibrate a market, you'll know what I mean by calibrate. Imagine all the variables that you can put there for yourself in determining what your strategic technical advantage is going to be on the market. It's not a easy answer, nor is it intended to be an easy answer. It's highly technical. People who want an easy answer aren't good at TA, technical analysis. Very important. So I encourage anyone to begin the process. Why don't we do this? If you're into the process of market calibration, yourself to the market and the market to you. Okay, if you're in the process of that, and you'll know by understanding what I just said, calibrating yourself to the market and the market to you, and you understand that discussion that goes on, that interchange that goes on, then contact me. And if you want some more advanced learning in that regard, and you think you can do it, beautiful. I'm excited. Okay? Because that's some heavy-hitting stuff, guys. There's not a whole lot of guys. That's the guy in the corner of the shop of Wall Street who's getting that done for a lot of guys, who's getting paid well, and there's not a lot of talented guys like him. Maybe some. A lot of people try, but that's some top shelf stuff. If you guys are there with your TA mentally in terms of your functioning with the market, etc., it ain't no joke, guys. It's billions of dollars floating around, trillions of dollars floating around. So, yeah, to the extent that you're capable of handling those in the market, then good. That's why you're listening. If you like that kind of a challenge, you want to step into it, yeah, I do. I just say I charge for the information, and again, why it needs to be somewhat again, as I'm talking about the advantage that the market will provide you. You don't have to. I mean, if you read anything on the market, anything in terms of advanced market function, I'm certified in markets. Studied at Harvard Business School, Duke University, etc. I'm certified in this stuff. You go to any decent business school library, you will see that an advantage is going to work itself out in a market without probably having to get to like an efficient market theory, right? You'll understand what is being said if you've done any kind of legwork into your participation in the market and how to gain an advantage, because everyone wants an advantage. You want to get past the 50% threshold or the 1/3 threshold. It's like, oh man, only 1/3 of my trades are working out. Why is it every time I hit the button, it goes the other direction? You all in or not? First question, are you all in? Are you too heavily involved? Can you double, triple down? There's a reason I say a lot of these things. It's not just being nice to the crew. There's a reason I say a lot of these things. Can you cover your exposure? Or are you all in? It's a big deal. So looking at the framework here, the calibration is it's as complicated as a discussion as it could be, kind of proprietary. So to the extent that it's a little too complicated as well, don't take it as standoffish, me wanting to preserve that for anyone who's truly interested, because it's also, to the extent it's highly, you have to be highly functional to be able to tackle that issue. You think kids with video games are winning championships with Street Fighter International Tokyo Division, right? With the lights and everything else. Come on, guys. Market participants hammering through the market, like hacking the market. Not hacking like you think hack. I mean the patterns. Where's the advantage? You have a limited time to get through the data set and the information of the market. Can you exploit the market? Can you? It's there to be exploited. Can you do it? Right? Imagine from Street Fighter Tokyo version. It's the Tokyo competition for Street Fighter. Oh, the kids show up. The lights are on. Oh, yes. Everyone hitting their little buttons. Oh, I'm kicking. Oh, I'm doing. Some of those guys are good, right? Street Racer, Street Fighter, whatever it may be. There's a different genre of people that went to business school and maybe some of them did as well, right? Maybe they're doing extremely well, those guys. But there's a different whole group of people that went to, school like you guys did, maybe to study computer science and what's actually going on with the markets and their servers and this and that, and how to exploit a market in a dignified sense, not with a hacker hat on or anything like that. Just no, it's just you understand the terminology used. It's just a way to relate the discussion. So it's good stuff. We ain't the kids in Tokyo at all, right? It's not this. It ain't a joke. You find an exploit. It's cash, and it's got your name written on it. As long as you want it to have your name written on it. That's the idea. That's the most beautiful way that a market can function, is that you find something like that to exploit, and it's got your name written on it for as long as you want your name written on it. And if you test and you calibrate, you know the answer to, the kind of the riddle that I've just proposed to you. Because you're in the market. You like to challenge the market. You like the market to challenge you. That's kind of the symbiotic, that's the nice aspect of the market, right? So keeps you plugged in. It continues to challenge you. So find your advantage. When I say top traders, we got the top group of traders. I mean, Angel understands this discussion and he likes this discussion. He's been around Bitcoin since $7.79, invested in it since then. Nobody else is going to understand this discussion. Want to get into it and understand exploiting the market, etc., with the necessary componentry. Now, we are in the digital age with cryptocurrency. I'm not talking about hacking the market with malicious code guys or using false authentication to get in. No, I'm talking about you give me 200 patterns right now. Let me devour them. Let me digest them. Let me get through them. Let me attack them. The patterns. Let me trade them. Let me tell you exactly what they're doing. Let me group them. The framework that we put together around the technicals, right? Let's do an empirical study, or you could call it an empirical study. I'm calling it hacking Like, how would you hack 200 patterns in a row? Because you guys understand the word hacking better than you do an empirical study. That's just like, that's almost not even VIP, huh? It's like, that's boring. Boring. An empirical study for the, we're not like on the level of like, Street Fighter with Tokyo, Tokyo, but it's like, maybe not use empirical. That just means a data set. Give me 50,000 patterns. Okay? You want to know? Give me 50,000 patterns. Not 200. Give me 50,000 of them. Okay? Let me trade 50,000 patterns. Do you think, let me just say this, do you think, and I'm asking the VIP and base campers, anybody else listening shouldn't even be listening, period. You need to go steal somebody else's ideas. Knowledge, application of hard work. Okay, go steal somebody else's ideas. If you're not a member of this channel, right now, go. Go. Stop stealing our ideas and our know-how. It's exclusive VIP. YouTube allows it. They recommend that we have this. I insist upon it, okay? Having a badge. Is it too much to ask to have a badge? Telling you guys how to exploit the market? All my years of hard work, everything else? Come on, guys. What do you think, guys? I don't think it's too much. I know it's not too much. I know it's not too much. So, in discussing, and this is the bottom line, the people who want to steal the information right now without a badge, guess what they'll never do? They will never go through the 10,000 patterns or the 2,000 patterns. Ever. They'll never do it. I'll do it every time. Every time I'll do it. That's who I am. So to the extent that it involves the hard work factor, the respect factor, you ain't going to get bigger in terms of hard work respect than like, look at Angel on the top of the screen. You ain't going to get bigger in terms of hard work and respect factor than me. Give me 10,000 patterns, I'll trade them right now. Without a break, maybe. I need some water, I need some food, I need some nice digs, etc., right? Even without that, well, bring me another coffee, fine. Okay? This ain't a primrose path, but I'm just telling you, the advantage I have is that no one's going to do the 10,000 patterns. No one's going to find the hidden level of resistance. Right? No one's going to find this particular cross-trend line level of resistance. Warning. We get into the lines here. Maybe it's that you don't have time. Maybe you're just not geared that way. You say, well, I didn't go with the lateral, guys. I didn't go with the horizontal. Again, we can always critique and criticize what we don't understand. Maybe it's a little bit tough in terms of the overall entirety of it, but that's how this group is, guys. We're not afraid of hard work. We're not afraid of the technicals. We'll dig into it. We want to beat the market that badly. And it's not just, well, we decided this year we want to beat the market. I've decided this year I want to beat the market. No, this is like a lifelong endeavor going to beat the market. You're either born with it or you're not. If you're interested in it increasingly, and it's what you guys think you want to put through to 2022. I mean, maybe you didn't grow up with it, but you certainly would like to start. It doesn't have to be an incredible amount of 90-hour weeks of you beating the market. It doesn't have to be that. It's pretty simple. We give the straightforward approach that if you just kind of respect the group and everything else, you'll make some money. If you want to circumvent the rules and you want to go against what we probably say, I'm going to tell you, you're going to have problems with your trades. I just want to go all in this one more time. All right, man. You don't want to cover your upside position? All right. And I say that because I've been around the top trader / traders in the world. I've seen them blow up accounts. The top traders on Wall Street, period. I've seen them tell me, oh, I blew up the account. Well, the best traders on Wall Street can find. So it's not just you. It's not just me, or it's not an opinion. It's the top shelf. Oh, this is crypto. This is not, you're going to find it every excuse in the book, guys. This price action. Bitcoin's all over Wall Street. All over it. Who do you think you're trading against? Who do you think's beating you in the market? The guys that probably do this for a full-time job. Maybe, huh? What do you guys think? Corner desk at the Top Shop hedge fund or otherwise, he'd like to go home and trade. He's setting his trades up at night against you. You're going to beat him? 50 million crypto traders? You're going to just, I decided that I'm going to beat them all. Okay. You got to spend time, guys. You got to invest your time. You got to love what you're doing. And cross-trend line. Resistance, support, resistance. Nuance, small details. Ascending line here. Do you guys know what made it turn around? Probably not. That's okay. Spend more time with the market. Spend more time. I tell everybody, read your book. All right. The back page reference to the front page, diagram to everything. The good thing is you guys have the tools to do it. Whether or not you think, well, London is not nice. London is not supposed. I was hoping London would be nicer in 2022. I am a total teddy bear, man. I love the market. I love everything about it. All right. My interest on my resume that I would give to anybody in the past was always cars, cigars, and diamonds. And that was as well put as I could state it to any potential big time shop. And I worked with a lot of them, guys, a lot of big time, a lot of, coffee with, billionaire X, Y, or Z 5-6 days a week. All right. So cars, cigars, and diamonds. So, and the women are implied, I suppose, by the latter. They ain't diamonds for me, guys. But I had to put it on a resume, right? So I'm like, all right, diamonds. They'll get it. So anyway, this is who I am. I like to chew into the market. Like as Angel would say, we're like real men, right? We like to trade. We have a good time. Looking at the 5-minute, just a little bit of culture. It's 2022. Yeah, you guys may not. It may seem too rough or too tough, but hey, we sit around and talk about being weak-minded participants in the market. That would be the other group, right? That would be the other group that people who don't want to show up with a badge, or just go join that group. We want to beat the market. And then what's for tomorrow? Well, tomorrow we want to beat the market. Then what would be the next day? Well, we want to beat the market. Period. It takes that mentality to gain your edge, to find your alpha. Difficult trade moment for the market here on the 5-minute. As we talked about, and it's a nice way to encapsulate, if you understand what I've said during this stream, you are completely at peace with the fact that you're in the right spot. I guarantee you, because what did we just talk about? Symmetrical triangle. On where the Ethereum, right? We're on the 5-minute. Ethereum on the daily, correct or incorrect? Ethereum on the daily, symmetrical triangle. Okay? Bitcoin on the weekly. Okay? Bitcoin on the weekly. Okay? Yes. Bitcoin on the weekly. Okay? Symmetrical triangulation on the weekly. Ethereum on the daily. Now, we're into what? A big, long discussion about what your relationship should kind of be to the technicals and how much you should be willing to work at them and how much you understand price action, right? Where are we at, guys? Now we're on the 5 minute. We got a symmetrical triangle. The extent to which one works out the other works out the other. The extent to which it's just a guessing game for you, or I read enough of the book, I did it, this and that. And guys, make it the book. Go to school. Go, if this is your passion, you shouldn't be able to get enough of it. No one should ever have to tell you to look into a technical. No one. This is your passion. You're going to beat the market. No one should have to tell you to get a badge or to show up super chat or show up. This is your passion. You love doing this, right? Otherwise, you're not winning. I guarantee you're not winning. And if it's not your passion, guys, don't show up. Don't be around something that's not your passion. If it is your passion, you're doing well. I promise you. I don't have to say, well, super chats, well, badges, well, no, that's for people who aren't doing well. So if you don't see the symmetrical triangulation to the symmetrical triangulation from the Ethereum on the daily to the weekly on the Bitcoin to the 5 minute now right in front of your face, what you want to garner from that to the plug-in with on what lower time frame do I need to operate to really gain an advantage? How much work is that, right? It's a complete discussion that has gone on. And if you appreciate the discussion as it's revealed itself to you tonight, it probably speaks, some volumes about where you guys are at in terms of your trade game. Where do you go to find the answer here? What is it going up or is it going down? That person gets to talk about super chats or badges or, hey, why don't you show us you're doing good, or, They don't show up like, Angel saying, buy support, sell at resistance. Those are key aspects of your game. So is the entirety of the context of this conversation I've had, from the daily Ethereum to the weekly Bitcoin to the 5 minute Bitcoin, and where's it going? Work at your trade game. Work on being beneficial. This is nice too. Work on being beneficial to other people in other regards that don't destroy your trade game, i.e. the badges, i.e. the super chats. And that's who we want around us. That's just it. In 2022, that's who I want around you, are people who are working that hard at the market that they're beating it. Isn't that a nice tagline here? The people who are working hard enough to the market that has revealed some componentry of an advantage to you, that you're capable of beating it, that you know the advantage, that you don't need to exploit it because you got a room full of other guys who are also exploiting it, who are also doing well enough. And then there's no jibber jabber about, well, we need this, well, I'd appreciate this, or I appreciate. No, it's just taken care of. People taking care of business in the market. And as we build 2022, that's what I want to see and be around, are people who are at that level. It's not easy, guys. It's not supposed to be easy. If it were easy, 50 million other people literally would be doing it right now, and they're not. They're trying to do it, and they're refusing to do it. They don't want it. And at your hall and wall of fame with crypto, but you don't really want it that bad, huh? Come on. You think crypto just going to lay over for you? The market is going to lay over for you like nobody else. You don't got to show up for work today, huh? No problem. No, guys. It has humbled the greatest of participants. Okay? It's not a cakewalk, but it's worth the journey. It's worth the journey and the endeavor. I just want to inspire you guys. Okay? And that's on the tail end of some other guys that show up and like, well, I made a lot of money on your video or otherwise, and didn't, but I'm not VIP anymore. But thanks for the information. Ha ha ha. Like, whatever, dudes. Like, go get a real job, because it ain't impressing people in crypto. I tell you that much. Just is not. You're failing at that irrespective of whether or not you make money in the market. Tell me that after I give you a warning on price direction. That's real classy, real classy. Unbelievable. So, not a soapbox, just what I demand for VIP. I want you guys to have the best experience. That's the culture I want us to engender in terms of being around people who are beating the market. That's how you beat the market. Hard work. Not sifting through articles, guys. I'm going to tell you, not sifting through articles, not sifting through other opinions, or what's the next hot new coin. That's not hard work, guys. That is something that you could pay a new employee who's never had a job. Think about this, guys. That's something that you could pay a new employee who's never had a job $8 an hour to go do for you. If it could be accomplished by an $8 an hour employee, go tell me what the new hot coins are. Then, guys, that's not part of the hard work equation that gets you to the top. I promise you. I promise you. Free information, anything that's free information in the market does not represent an advantage to you. It would work itself out of the market. That's the understanding of people that do well in the market. Free information is not going to get you there. Hard work gets you there. Not free articles of the next hot new thing and staying on top of this. I spend the time I have to stay on top of it. No, guys. No. If you could pay someone $8 an hour to do it for you, that's not it. And again, it's not I need someone to give me the easy answer. No, it's my statement. Give me the 2,000 patterns. Let me trade them. I want 2,000 patterns. Bam, I want to trade them today. Boom. Let me figure out what this market's doing. What is it going to do? Well, you want to know what it's going to do tomorrow? Give me 2,000 patterns. Let me trade them today. Let me tell you where it's going to go tomorrow. Luke. Perfect timing, huh? And everything works together. Luke. VIP. What is going on, Luke? Nice to have you in the discussion. Just getting a little bit of talk, shop talk, TA, what's required in the market in terms of beating the market, right? The technicals, testing. Angel asked some good questions. Appreciate the interaction. Interaction is a good thing. What's the ideal expression, guys, for a symmetrical triangle? What's the ideal lower end angle here for a symmetrical triangle? Let's see. Details. Luke is our top technical guy in the back. Pathfinder's showing up and doing well also. Pathfinder, nice to see. The guys in the back, they don't take any of this, nothing's, they're like, we're tough because the market's tough. Like, toughen up. Like, that's it. Ball game over. That's it. It's not a no one ever gets this. Well, London is upset tonight. No, man, we chew up the market, man. We gotta power into this thing. It's not a cakewalk. You want a cakewalk down into a wrestling match with a bull? Yeah, I'm gonna go and relax and enjoy myself in a little wrestling match to a bull. Here we go. Whatever, man. You got to step up. Luke, shout out to Angel. Angel, how are we doing this evening? Shouting out. There we go. And we can get excited about a coin, or we can get excited about the market. We always have been able to do that. Some people will get excited about the coin, and then they'll get more increasingly interested, I'll say this, in TA, to where they'll gain an understanding of how difficult it can be, because they all want to beat the market. Some get lucky with I got a real short, or let's say a real low entry, and then I don't know, I felt there was enough money in my account, and I got out. That person may have no idea about a technical at all. We watch a symmetrical triangulation with a deficient lower structured line of support. ideally, we would like to see, it feels good to be on gate. I like to be on gate. It's just the truth. I appreciate when VIP trade on gate. Very much so that I can see your data. And for the ones that are afraid of not doing well, man, come on. People want to know where something goes. This is great, Angel. You'll appreciate this. People want to know where something goes, and then they don't want me to see their data. I want 10,000 patterns, but no one else is trading 10,000 patterns to be of concern at all. But on the aggregate, it becomes important. And they want to go use a different exchange. They want to go use. They gloss over the things that I say are important sometimes, and they still expect the important answers. It's a lot of work for somebody on this end. Just okay. We work as a group. Luke's a great example of the group mentality, VIP. So candle wicks, expression of descending triangle with an interesting pickup. Market participants are assessing their exposure based upon both on the macro of the gone MIA. Angel may have gone MIA. Not sure where he is. May have taken a break. Let's see. In terms of the, I think he is feeling better, though. He stated he's feeling better. That's good news. We got into a heavy discussion on technicals. He asked about technical time frames, testing, etc. First time he's asked me about testing, because I brought it up a lot. First time he's mentioned that. Talk about how much work it is, what you should expect of it, what your results essentially mean for you versus the rest of the competition, etc. The market makes you compete. That's why we have a good group. We appreciate the notion of some shared mutual benefit. Have a good trade group. It doesn't have to be too exclusive or too inclusive, but we would expect a symmetrical triangle to essentially fashion itself symmetrically, right? This has not. We would expect a descending triangle to maximum. Really, I mean, you start to get up here, we're looking at a range. Things change a bit in terms of this high. Cool. You'll check into it later on this evening. So, looking at the pour down of events here, let's just go to the 15-minute. Some aggressive price action. And let me clean this up. Just failed pattern after failed pattern. Essentially, the Fibonacci is coming into the framework. We're on the golden pocket, Luke, just to update you if you're just coming in from work. You do a lot of hard work. I know you respect that in trade, game, etc., just in life. You got to do that work. You got to get you appreciate it when you do it. The low to the high, we're right at the 6218 right now, talking about the overall formations, talking about indications of, just to update you a little bit, talking about, the signals the market may give you, the advantage that you get in the market. How do you maintain that for yourself versus, if it's something that you've learned to exploit in the market, do you just give that to other people? If you do, to the extent that the market will continue to appreciate that as a strategic advantage or as a comparative advantage of you versus the other, just you or the group versus the other participants, at some point, efficient traders will work out the advantage. It will be eliminated in the market. So there's always a discussion in terms of how much of an advantage you want to present to the residuals in the market versus your own trade game. And I was just saying the idea is for us to spend enough time with the market individually that we all find some degree of our own advantage therein. And that's pretty cool when you understand that. The trade group would be good enough that everybody's capable of doing that. You have the right tools to do it. It just takes a data set. It takes maybe thousands of patterns, not just the couple dozen that I want to test, right? So that's important. Let's look at this specific framework. Let's see. Looks like we had a nice flag here that kind of spiraled down. Bit of a flag formation on the lines. I would anticipate, yeah, a little bit of an ascension there. Let's get to the 1 minute. That got messy quickly, didn't it? That 5 minute is a little bit cleaner in terms of this expression here, trying to still yield in the form of a flag. We just want that. We always want the channel to cut to the downside. Without a doubt, that's the goal. Flag, cut to the downside in terms of the formation. So guys, all to say, I really encourage you guys to rip into the market. You know, just rip into the market. Find your advantage. And it's not just spending screen time. It's trading. And not, well, there's a big move, I'm going to put all my money into the account. And, oh, it's going to, no, guys. It's trading. It's getting through hundreds of trades, thousands of trades. You guys been through thousands of trades? Maybe tens of thousands of trades? Imagine if you went through tens of thousands of trades on lower time frame, what you could learn, huh? You're going to learn quickly. You need strategy. The reason that I focus on the verbiage that I do in terms of strategy, etc. And you'll know when the market's working with you and when it's not working with you. You know when it's saying, why don't you pack up for right now? There's one of my buddies from Morgan Stanley. He, previous Morgan Stanley, he says, he's like, you got to know when it's there, and when it's not, you got to be able to walk away. Like, okay, my man, what's up? He's always got a good framework to put things in. He's a funny guy. He's a good guy. I like talking to him because he's got the prowess in his voice. He's like, according to him, I mean, he's got that energy. It's like he may have traded the Taj Mahal. I don't know. It's like he's got that. It's like I ain't got that. I got some return sheets and some other good stuff that wipe a smile off people's face. That's fine for me. I got some other good stuff, but it's just interesting. He may have traded the Taj Mahal. He just, he's got the ability to, wrap you up into anything, and that's why I like him. He's got that charisma to him. Interesting. So, Luke, appreciate you just getting here. Angel may have taken a nap. Truth be known, he may take a nap. He may have fallen asleep. I hope not after he was given a hard time over to Slovenia with Pathfinder. It's possible, though. Knowing Angel's schedule, he may have just fallen asleep. So, what I will do is I will let you guys go for a bit, and I'll let Luke, you can catch up on the stream if you want to the extent that you need to. And, there's some good stuff in there. A little bit of rant, rave, this and that about testing the market once we got into that. Source of the discussion. It's useful maybe to rewatch and not repeat the entirety of it. But if you have questions about it, I just said, at some point it's like you get into calibration of the market and finding the advantage in the market with a specific pattern, letting you know where it's going. It's like, you're spending some time and your own bucks getting through some of that stuff. So it's the market likes to yield favor to those who are participatory in it heavily. And once you find that advantage, don't find other ways to share with people. I say that. I bring up like VIP membership with the super chats, etc. Find other ways to definitely share with individuals. So I'm trying to maintain kind of a symmetrical triangulation here. But in terms of where are things going, right? Where are things going, right? Boom. Night warning, right? Big warning. Played out well, huh? Return to function. Real clear. Within the overall dynamic, and Luke, I'll just rewind for you just a touch, but overall dynamic of an ascending triangle within the context of an ascending triangle. Very interesting for the market participants right now to be gauging this. We know within a level of probability where this is headed if we achieve breakout. Few unknowns in the world right now. Kind of a tenuous world. Things going on. Up, down, up, down, up. What can beat an ascending triangle? It's funny because they're very bullish. What can beat an ascending triangle? Kind of the question of 2022, but normally they're beating the market. It's like, well, we got to beat the return to function, man. So looking at the macro considerations, we've got that $26,000 in sight. Love to see golden pocket. Not sure it can happen. And the dynamic here of what do we got? What do we got? Boom, boom. Where is my triangle? There. A few different contexts that we're building into the framework here. Number one, i.e. context here. Yep. I.e. context here. Yep. As we look at maintaining support, buyers got to show up. They're going to be inclined. And the one thing I did say earlier on, one of the best benefits of Bitcoin is getting in at a lower or equivalent, preceding support, bam, natural entry. Buyers like to push it down just a bit on Bitcoin. They like to just hang out just below the preceding. So for us to see, just kind of below, a little bit below, a little bit, They like to play those preceding levels of support, those strikes. So it'll be interesting to see if buyers maintain. Kind of cuts against the grain. Will be definitely bullish if buyers determine to step in and maintain this ascending line. This should be notable, okay? To the extent it's not, it's down in here. Come on, Bitcoin. You know, it'll almost seem intentional at that point. It's just traders. It's just the traders. They know what they're doing. I know you guys do too. And I appreciate having you guys in our trade group, in our VIP. And for those who aren't, I just tell them to move on. Move on down that road. We got trades to do. We got good trades to go after. So, look, you can rewatch this stuff, and I'll update when I hear back from Angel. Like I said, he may have fallen asleep. I don't know. He may need a power nap. Would it be funny? Just someone wakes up, Angel is like, "What happened?" Well, London was upset again. I fell asleep. I didn't get upset. I just talk about the real hardcore parameters of the market. I just see him saying something like that, though. It's funny stuff. Preceding level of resistance. Watch this on recoup, rebound from that specific golden pocket resistance. And yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'll be in the back. I'll give you guys some additional technicals back there. Appreciate you guys who are trading. And those who are like this, it wasn't intended to be, it's not pee-wee softball we're playing here, guys. This is the market. We want to beat it. We want you to beat it with us. And we want to drive that level of competitiveness that it requires for you to have that winner attitude, without a doubt. And we want you to be a winner on our team. That's the bottom line. We don't recruit softies. Pee-wee League is gone. So appreciate you guys being who you are. This is London. We'll stream again tomorrow night. We'll go through some more technicals and some chit-chat with Angel, top VIP, and with Luke, top TA VIP. What's up? And we'll drive some more quality guys. I know that YouTube also calibrates, I'm sure, some of what we say for the right audience that they may put our videos in front of. We want the gangbuster, go get them, grit in their teeth, fire in the iron kind of traders. That's what we want, YouTube. So we appreciate you pushing this to the right people so that can occur. Thank you, YouTube. And thank you, guys. We'll talk to you soon. And Luke, I'll be in the back with you. And Angel, if you're there and about, time to wake up.